Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be discussing like how to become a computer scientist, or like have a computer science degree, or even become a software engineer or like a machine learning engineer in the future, if that's your inspiration or ambitious to be, or like that's your dream. So when I was a kid, my dream was to become a computer scientist, or like something to do with programming and like was it like coding in a sense, because I was inspired by movies stuff based on hacking and stuff. So I just thought it was pretty cool. But the thing is, like, the pathway to become a computer, like a software engineer or like a computer scientist, is very like ambiguous kind of thing, because there isn't a set outline in the world, and it's a new concept, right? Like, because for example, like if you think about it, in the olden days, computer scientists are initially mathematicians who just apply their theories into digitalized product or digitalized form kind of thing. So the idea is that a computer science degree, or like the concept of computer science in education, or for like a higher education thing, was only been around for like the past 50 years, I think, or like even recently. So that's the thing, like there isn't a set rule. And I know when I was speaking to some of my school friends from like back before, they were wondering like, oh, how did you become a computer scientist? Because they just thought that, like, because they didn't do, for example, people who doesn't have a maths background wanted to be a computer scientist, but they couldn't, because that's some of the requirements that you need to consider, and there isn't a set guide of how to do that. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining what you have to do and what you have to look out for to reach that specific goal, or to reach a point where you could do or study computer science as a degree level, or as an undergrad level, or even at postgrad level. So here is what you need to do in your school life kind of thing. So I'm going to take reference from the UK education system. So I will just be talking about what you have to do in like GCSE A levels, or even international baccalaureate, since instead of A level I did international baccalaureate diploma kind of thing. So the whole concept, or like what the uni is looking for if you want to do computer science at uni, is mathematics. So you have to have a minimum of A level mathematics. So that's not further maths, and it's not AS maths either. So it has to be A level maths, and if you have further maths as in your A level, that's even better, because they will prefer that over people with A level maths. Even though A level maths is the minimum requirement, but you still have to think about this being like a competition, right? Because every uni has limited number of space for each of the program, and especially for computer science, they need the labs and stuff, so the number of students is limited. So I think now they're expanding, like since I started uni, and I think I started my uni life in like 2019, and it's been like 5 years now, and every year there's like always a minimum of 10% bump in the number of new like recruits for like computer science, because I know computer science become very popular, and the uni is trying to get as much, or like they're trying to offer the opportunity for as many people as possible. But the problem is that's being restricted is the resources that's available for computer science, because they didn't expect this topic to be as popular as it would be, and especially after the AI exposure, everything just turned upside down, right? Just flipped. So and now computer science and medicine is one of the hardest degree to get into. And like I know when I was applying, they asked for like 2 A stars and an A for the unis I applied. I applied to like Russell Group Uni in the UK. So just keep that in your mind kind of thing. The minimum requirement is A level mathematics to enter into uni to do computer science, or to study computer science. But I know there's like other variants of computer science, if you think about it, because I know now some unis start introducing data science as well as information technology, which is like I don't know, don't do that much development. You learn web development as the advanced level, I think, in information technology, which is like the introduction to computer science. And if you do that, you could do computer science at postgrad, so it's like for your masters and stuff. But if you want to do computer science as your bachelor's, then you need a maths background. And even with the maths background, you should ideally have some experience with or some proficient knowledge in at least one language. So even if you take Python or something, you should know Python from front to back kind of thing, because you have to remember, like, in year one, that's where they introduce, that's when they treat you as a new student, and they will give you some sort of support. But also that's only during semester one, where they say introduction to programming kind of thing. So that's the only time when you have that module for programming, and that's where you're meant to catch up or like learn. If you have never learned programming, that's the only time. So it's only that 12 weeks of semester one that you have time to learn from zero to hero, if you think about it. So 12 weeks isn't enough, and it's pretty fast paced as well. And you also have other modules to consider while you're doing that. So ideally, it would be better if you have some exposure to coding, programming, not even to a high level standard, even like the basics, and learning what a variable is, a list, like some of the key definitions, some of the concept of like object-oriented programming, functional programming, and those stuff that will come in, like, will aid you with the progress in your education towards computer science and stuff. Another thing to keep in mind is I was fortunate enough to do computer science at GCSE and A level, because I wanted to do computer science, and I always loved maths. So I always did further maths and computer science for every opportunity I had. I went to, like, even for A levels, or I decided to do IB, which was 5 miles away from my house. Even there was another good school, which is like I think half a mile away, but I didn't go there because they didn't offer computer science, and it was A levels. So it would have been way easier than doing 6 subjects compared to 3 or like 4, because I would have done further maths. But yeah, like, I decided to get to school which is 5 miles away and do IB back diploma, because they're the only one who offered computer science at like a high level, and I was always interested in that. Like, these are some of the sacrifices you have to decide at a young age, and that will advance you for the future, because what I learned during IB is basically first year of uni for computer science, because I have a undergrad in computer science and mathematics, so I had a double degree kind of thing. And for that, because I did IB and I did advanced further maths in IB higher, as well as computer science high level in IB, that was basically first year of uni. So like, I just covered everything during my A levels time. So that was useful. So I didn't have to. So I was chilling compared to other people, because I knew there was lots of international students. And at the start, like, let's talk about it in terms of the statistics kind of thing, or like in figures. So at the start of the year, we had 200 new students, and by the end of the year, who could move forward to the second year. So you had to get a minimum 40% overall to pass. Or I think you had to get at least 40% every single module that you do, and yeah, I think that's the requirement, because like 40% is a pass grade, and if you get tired of that, then you go 2-2, 2-1 and a first or something. But you just need a minimum of 40% in all of your modules kind of thing. And I know most people didn't get it. I think in the end it was like 82 or 90, is around that. Those are the number of people that went to second year. So people who did fail, or like who didn't make it to second year, had two options: either redo the year or do like a foundation, or they have to choose a different, one of the abstract I was talking about, either data science or was information technology or something, because that was way easier than doing computer. One of the things you have to remember, like, why they are asking for like minimum A-level mathematics, is maths is the foundation of computer science. So if you don't like maths, then you're not going to have fun, because the whole core of computer science is logic, and logic is described in a mathematical form, and everything could be explained in a mathematical form. So with the better understanding of maths, or if you're like solving mathematical questions, you have a better interpretation of problem solving and algorithms and data structures. That is the core and the solid foundation of computer science. So that's why uni asks for that, and it's the best way to shortlist from like thousands of applicants to like hundreds, because you have to remember, like, computer science is one of the most popular degrees to do, and like in the market it's currently the hottest career path in the market right now. And not every uni has the highest, like, high acceptance rate, or like because of the number of resources they have allocated. So each uni will have like an average of 100 to 200 people that they could like recruit, kind of thing. Think about it in that sense. And you're also competing against like thousands of applicants per uni. So yeah, just keep that in mind and make sure you like it before you waste like minimum 3 years, especially in England. It's 3 years for an undergrad degree. So rather than wasting 3 years and deciding like, oh, I hate this, it's not for me, because computer science isn't for everyone, because it's hard to wrap your head around like the whole like concept of computer science. So yeah, hope that helped. It's just me just rambling about what you have to do. Just make sure you focus. So the minimum thing is just make sure you do maths and you're good at maths. That's the minimum requirement, and anything else is extra. It's like better for your uni. You don't have to work as hard during your first year. And you also have to remember, first year, like uni life, not even just first year, just uni life just goes so quickly, because you're just bombarded with so many other stuff, like that stuff coming from here, everywhere, and you're just bombarded by loads of stuff. And also you have to remember, like, uni is it's not just about getting a degree. That's where you network, make friends, have fun. So just make sure you have a balanced life, right? So that's it. If you want me to make another video similar to this, or anything regarding what, like, computer science or uni life, then let me know. Until next time, see ya, bye.